How's it going, everyone? Happy weekend. Usually not streaming on the weekend, but we're doing it live. We're doing it live. How's it going? Oh, I thought I'd just do a stream on this because I didn't want to individually explain in case anyone had any questions about it, but I have indeed unfollowed everyone on my X account, which is pretty much everyone on PulseChain that I was following on PulseChain. So it makes sense. It makes sense. So I did and made the algo bless my account and others like it. Hopefully, if you do look it up, and there is this, let's start it off with the only other person that I used to follow. I still follow, but just not on X, that ever did this. His followers seem to still be going up, seem to be doing fine. I'm not sure what the following count was. I still don't know why this says searchyourheart.com when it doesn't need to say richardheart.cc, but I'm not sure why it doesn't say pulsechain.com, for example. Anyways, the only other person I've seen go to 0 following was Richard Heart. If you click following, it says Richard Heart isn't following anyone. If you go to Max at RHMax and you click following, same deal. RHMaxy for his ideals, boom, there it is, for the win. This was more of like for the algos. And I don't know, I just don't like playing social. I don't like the games. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm not playing the same game as everyone else as far as it goes in crypto. So yeah, it was kind of like, I don't know, in the chat, do you care if anyone follows you? Like if you ever see someone who you like or whatever, and you feel like you have a relationship and all this stuff with, and they're not following you, does that frustrate you, or is there an expectation there? I really feel like over the years, my expectations have dropped off a cliff as far as that goes. So I really try. It's funny, like the delayed gratification, all these different principles have really had an effect on like not expecting things of other people either, which is really good. I mean, I guess there's some trade-offs with it, but pretty much there's a lot of pros to that. It's really good not to have expectations of people. So even, I'm trying to think when I would see other people following me, I'm like, oh yeah, I've known this person for a long time. I've been on streams, all that stuff, and they're not following me. I'd just be like, okay, I don't know. Like it never bothered me. So anyways, I have no following now. My following is 0, just like this other guy. And we'll see how it goes. Let's see if the engagement goes up, because if you ask the AI, for example, if we go to, we say, let's just ask about ratio. What is ideal engagement ratio for X on followers versus following? We're going to learn today, because I did some research on this as well. So the ratio. So higher followers to following ratio. So for example, 10,000 followers to following 500, 20-1 signals authority influence. A 1-to-1 ratio, 1,000 to 1,000, stresses a peer level network. And a following heavy ratio, 5,000 but only 500 followers, may look less authoritative than someone trying to farm more followers. So this does not give me the answer that I wanted to show you. Let's see. Best ratio for, let me just say, like, is lower, is very low. I try not to ask subjective, more like pointed questions like this, but we're going to try. Versus following better for algo. Let's see if he actually gives me an answer that I was looking at earlier. Very low followers following ratio, usually seen as low followers. No, the other way. God, this is going fantastic. Did I just say it wrong? Maybe I just said it wrong. Low following. I just said it wrong. Sorry about that. Versus followers. Okay, give me something. Okay, Y ratio matters indirectly. So there's, I don't know, I feel like it still cares about it. Most of dramatic quality engagement behavior is not follow ratio. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, did they open source engagement? Maybe I should look at that too. But anyways, yeah, not that I'm going for being perceived as a celebrity or whatever. That's probably what Richard was going for actually when he did it. He's probably like, okay, celebrities don't have 1,000 people they're following. They probably have like, 0 is the ultimate status signal if you're going for that, for example. But this is more of like algo. And I don't know, I really do want to do something different on social. I don't like this whole, hey, like this, it's almost like this peer pressure too of like, I don't know. I just don't like having this expectation of like having to like follow and do all this stuff too. So I'm trying to like, I think removing myself or getting farther away from that system, I think is good. So again, this is anyone who I've unfollowed. I didn't unfollow the 44 people today. I went from I was like following over 100 people. I went down to like 55 and then went down to 40s. And then I was like, you know what? Why not just go to 0? Because it's not like personal. Like, oh, I don't know. I hope nobody takes it that way, the unfollowing, because I'm not playing that game. Like that's not even what I'm, it's not even what I'm on X for. I'm on X to like promote Hex and PulseChain and do all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't think that, to me, it doesn't matter. If somebody follows me or not, it doesn't matter to me. I can just produce quality content, and then like the natural majority of behavior tends to be to follow people that produce great content. So my whole brand's about doing things differently, being unique, right? So another unique thing about my brand. Anyway, okay. I'm not giving you a very good answer. AI is not giving me a very good answer on this, but I had a much better answer on this one. We'll see. We'll see if it increases engagement too, because that is something that, man, I wish I could show you some numbers too, because some of the videos, let me go back to the account. It's funny because some of the videos too, let me go to media. And again, I don't know. I don't really try to maximize views. Again, it's like I try not to play these games, but I try to do things that I think are funny and interesting and valuable. And if they overlap with social engagement, really. I came across this one, by the way, and I thought it was pretty funny. I was like, that literally looks like Richard sleeping. I don't know. I don't like the way Grok does the AI stuff. I just don't like the way it puts his jawline and always puts glasses on him and stuff. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of the way AI, and I assume it's Grok draws Richard, but using Manus and the engines and stuff it uses, I think it does a really good job. So anyways, I try to post things that I think are interesting, but there are some patterns that I think I picked up over time, which tend to get more engagement too. So a lot of the posts I've been doing have been either, like memes or, again, information. It's like I'll never forget Dixon Piper picking this up from him, saying be funny or informative. We talked about that on one stream. You can look it up, RHMax, Dixon Piper. One of the streams we talked about, be funny or informative, or you could be both. And that's like how to like build a good following, how to get good engagement, all that stuff too. That always stuck with me. I thought that was really good. But talking about the tablets and stuff, again, 11,000 views. PulseChain iPad did 1,000x, 11,000 views. And to me, that is helping to promote, that is getting people interested and excited about. Not a lot of charts to be excited about on the core coins right now, until we start flipping that, start putting that 1000x into core coins. Hopefully start doing that. But right now, that's the kind of engagement, kind of interesting things that we can get. So I think that's pretty good. And I was like, let me post a Scivive bowl. Nah, didn't do it. I got 1,200 views. Pedro trying to ratio me here. Probably could have got more. Side bucket. Side bowls are good. I maintain that. But anyways, let me talk to chat. See if you guys getting it, because I asked the question about, do you guys care about if anyone actually follows you or not? I never really did. I was like, it's always nice to see numbers. And again, the numbers to me, I think they bring some authenticity, and they pump the brand. But again, the brand is to pump PulseChain. Me, being perceived as a good source of information, or trustworthy, or honest, or having good intentions and goodwill toward the ecosystem, and giving without handout receiving type of thing, no monetization, like whatever attributes you could associate with whatever you think is positive in the ecosystem. Like those, the only reason I like that, I mean, is and the reason to cultivate that in general for me is to show people there are good people on PulseChain. There are good people around. Like, this is a place, where you can have a good time. It doesn't have to be a toxic environment. And I just think that's what I would be looking for, at least. So I try not to do what I know everyone isn't looking for what I'm looking for, but I think a lot of people, I have a lot in common from what I look for in good places with other people. I'll say it like that. So anyways, let me scroll up. We got a 5555 from Gafar Ellis. Awesome, man. 5555. That is one of the best numbers I ever saw. Pretty good. How does your feed look like now? That's a great question. So another reason this is even possible is because the algo. Like, I don't need to, like, if I go on X now, I'm in another window. I'm just going to refresh. Nothing has really changed. I don't think this would be possible. I couldn't have good information. I couldn't still use my feed as a place to get valuable information without, with doing this. Because if I do just following, I click on following, I'm not following anyone, so there's no information coming from that. But I don't need to, because there are all kinds of people I didn't follow. I would get posts from all kinds of different directions. You can, not interested, not relevant, show less of this from this. Like, you can do all that now to get the algo to serve you quality information. So I don't even need to follow anyone to get good information. It's pretty cool. So it made that possible. So my feed, you asked what my feed looks like. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it now in a different window. It looks, nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing has changed. It looks exactly the same as before. A few hours ago, I unfollowed. I just hit unfollow everything. So nothing changed. It's pretty good. My mindset last feed I've been saying 555 rich. Yeah, you'll see, like, literally, I'll see like signs on the, I'll be driving and I'll see like, some, I don't know, like Interstate 55 or something, where it'll be like, oh, look, it's, some license plate that says 369 in some form on it, or, of course, like 555, like it's funny, like how you'll see that. Clickbait. It looks that way. And if you clicked on it because you thought it was some kind of drama, then I guess, but it's exactly from what happened. I unfollowed everyone on my feed, which happened to be everyone that followed on PulseChain. And again, you don't need to, I never even used X. I didn't even like following that much on X either, because again, the algo, I didn't need to follow people to still see their posts. And I didn't use it as some like respect measurement stick. Like, again, I don't play those games. Like, I'm not I don't play this. I avoid like as much as I can playing the status game, doing all this stuff. Don't have expectations of me. I don't have any obligations to anyone, and vice versa. No one has any obligations to me. Nobody has any expectations of me either. Don't work for anyone. No one works for me. It's great. So, yeah, the reason it can happen is you don't need to follow people to just get your feed from the algo too. And, I can still talk to people in other mediums. A lot of times I just use X for like coordinating streams and stuff too. And you can still DM people and stuff. Even if you restrict DMs, you can still DM them. I think you can still DM them, like even if you're not following each other and all that stuff too. So nothing really changed other than, let's see what the algo does with 0 following versus, 12K followers. We'll see. Pretty good. First year, Valpier. Welcome. Diversify. How's it going? If you ain't first, you're last. Ricky. Yeah. Great movie. How's it going, Kaz? Welcome. My God. Yeah. Not really. Again, I don't think it's a big deal. Valpier, how many total taps sent out by now? I don't know. As of now, but as of when I heard Coffee talk about it and I clipped it on the stream the other day, what was that, like 4 to 5 days ago? I saw those 30,000 is what I heard publicly on the stream. So yeah, if you were to, you could speculate more than 30,000 at this point. So who knows, if they're doing process improvements and getting more people and people are signing up and volunteering, this could be like, we could be shipping out a lot of tablets by Christmas. It's pretty amazing. Cannot, like, the most thankless job, people, working for charities, nonprofits, all that stuff, putting in the work. It's amazing. I guess just I don't know what the difference charity and nonprofit is, but putting in work, and they're pumping their bags. Pretty amazing. ETH going 10K easy? I don't, yeah, when I think of 10K ETH, I'm just like, that just seems like the easiest guess. Like 15K ETH sounds challenging, but like 10K is like, I haven't heard anyone make a case of like why that would be hard to do. That I follow at least. And Tom Lee is pumping those bags too. By the way, speaking of tablets, let's see. Green screen. It's going to show it. Hex 10,000X. Sorry, I can't show it that well on here, but yeah, this is not the official tablet. This is just a digital notebook. It's actually pretty cool. I might start using some until I get the official one. I might start using some unofficial Hex 10,000X stuff. It's pretty cool. Got the little button, like the same thing, like they sell these things. So I mean, it looks. I don't know. Again, I don't have the official one, but it looks very, very similar. I'll say so. Who knows? But pretty cool. No Bluetooth, from what I can tell. Can't watch the highest and stakes on it that I've seen, but it looks pretty cool. I just wrote Hex 10,000. I can't see Hex 10,000X. Pretty cool. I like it. All right, what else? Zero means no following. I'm not sure. Maybe one of the comments I said on that. Yep, 0 following. My only concern is we're not bullish enough. I'm pretty bullish. Nothing has changed my bullishness. If anything, I've gotten more bullish since the marketing kicked off. Like, this is like, whoa, this is like a no-brainer. No-brainer that it's going to work type of deal. Pretty cool. Already did this. I follow nobody thing when I did my X. Nice. Did you notice any difference in engagement? No. We're just like, you can curate. You know what? You can probably, honestly, there's also a point to this pretty interesting. You can curate your feed better if you don't follow anybody, because then you can just, you're leaving it up to the algo, but you can be like, you can tell the algo based on the post which ones you like more or less, and it can serve you more. Only reason to follow anyone technically is like, for as far as like on the ground information stuff goes, if you always want to see everything they tweet. And with this, yeah, I'm not going to get notified every time Richard tweets in my feed. I may get notified otherwise. I'm sure there's like ways you can set up, send me a text message when somebody tweets, or send me a email or whatever. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a one following sometime. Maybe I'll just follow Richard. I don't know. As of now, I don't care. Like, if he tweets anything important, I'll see someone else retweet it, or it'll get pushed to my feed anyway. So again, it's like, you don't need to follow anyone. Like, you don't need to do it. You're not going, if your goal is for information, to keep good information. And again, I just started doing it today. So yeah, maybe you never know if I'm going to be like, all right, this, not following anyone actually change my feed. I don't think it's going to. And yeah, I think I'll definitely get pushed Richard's post when he posts something. You probably just limit the amount of info that flow in your feed now. I don't know. We're going to find out. Let's do it. I mean, it's kind of an experiment. Yeah, I've never did it before. So I want to experiment and be like, does it actually change my feed? Do I miss anything about it? Probably not. Probably not. Algorithm of the followers is the new paradigm. Walking over followers is new paradigm. Followers, maybe following. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how it's going to affect it. We'll see. But it's like, why not? Again, it's anyways. Can we talk about the elephant in the room? Is that the elephant in the room? I don't even know, man. Like, PulseChain performing so bad. I don't know. Like, I said this yesterday. Everything is noise until I see some catalyst event for things to. And I named all the catalyst events. I've named ETH going to 10K plus. I've named we seeing some huge spike in numbers of volume and daily active users and all that stuff. Something that could happen if I didn't name it yesterday. What else? Richard tweeting something that's even the most bullish thing you ever saw. That's even more bullish. Like, until I start, I mean, that is like kind of, he's already been tweeting some bullish stuff. But until I see something in the data, macro, the Fed cuts 50 rates, they keep like money pouring in. We got 20 influencers making videos. Everything until then, until I see some catalyst event take off, which then will probably take price with it to the upside, it's all noise. I'm treating it's all noise. All the TA stuff, all the buys and sells on charts, I care less what they are right now. My opinion, the way I look at it. So the whole preposition with the question, like, why are PulseChain performing so bad? I'm not even putting them on a scale. Like, whether they're performing, there is no performing bad or good to me with PulseChain right now, because there hasn't been any event for me to think that they're going to start performing yet. Now, I can be bullish, I can be optimistic, and I can keep going until we get there, type of thing. But I'm not even, it doesn't even make sense. Like, I'm not even like, I don't know. Maybe there's probably some event where you're like, okay, well, why haven't they moved yet? A year from now, we're sitting here having the same conversation. Like, that might be different, but boy, there's nothing to rate. There's no, number of transactions. Like, I haven't seen anything pop off. I haven't seen the hex stakes. We haven't got to, 500K stakers, like all this stuff. So until I see some event that actually makes me start paying attention to and start tracking movements and start actually looking at the charts for which I never do. Buy, sell, or leverage position. It's the only time I look at the charts. There's nothing to start with. So anyways, yeah, to me, it's not even the elephant in the room. It's just kind of like, I'm used to waiting. I'm going to keep waiting. And I'm not even evaluating the performance of PulseChain right now. I'm just like, I'm still myself in a waiting period to see when the thing's going to take off, when the catalyst events happen, and we start getting traction. There's no traction to even, there's nothing to hold on to right now, except I'm confident it will happen at some point. So that's the way I look at it. I'm sure everybody looks at it differently. I don't compare it to other cryptos because I don't know. I can't care. I can only care about a certain number of things. And me spending time and energy caring about what other cryptos are doing, or worrying about the price, or why is it this or that, I think it'll happen when ready. And that's all I got. Do you have your remorse when you unfollowed me? I don't remember when I unfollowed you, Briz. I think it was, were you in the when I got into the 55 or something like that? Because I was like, okay, let me follow a few more people, and finally, like, all right, let's just go to 0. So it was gradual, but no, my feelings for you have not changed at all, Briz. I still like you. So you're in the same boat as pretty much everyone else. You're unfollowed because it's a numbers game, baby. Like Sandy Beach, how's it going? Welcome, Sandy Beach. I'm sad. What are you sad about? What are you sad about? Sandy Beach. There's plenty to be happy about. Not the price charts, but plenty to be happy about. The sun's still shining. It's pretty great. I'm about to go out there and enjoy myself very soon. Pretty amazing. Yeah, lots of people streaming everywhere. You still got plenty of streamers. I mean, it's kind of impressive. If you're going to evaluate PulseChain on anything, evaluate the number of people who are still here creating content. It's much less than it used to be, but every week I'm getting my Tuesday live wire fast, and Crispy are still streaming. Got Created Crypto, Hexologist still streaming. You got what else? What the Heck show? That's just some of my favorite shows. Like we still got plenty of people streaming every week. I got plenty of live shows to listen to, and I'm usually not doing it on the weekend, but I'm about to wrap up in a few minutes. But and you got me sometimes too. I went 5 stream. Did I stream every day the last week? I think so. I think I streamed every day. Yeah. No expectations next week. But last week I did stream, I think, every day, 6 days in a row now. So could probably use a break. RHMax doesn't want max views. Yeah, I want to maximize my views, but within my own values and principles and what I care about. So I'm not doing duck faces. It's I'm not going to monetize. Don't care if it pumps the content. If you just type in, I write long form content sometimes. And I wrote about this in the blog, rhmax.org. Oh, he has a website? Yeah, I got a website. I'll drop in the chat if anybody wants to read it. That'll give you some insight about what I value and stuff too. I wrote this when I had a YouTube channel for 1.5 years. Now it's over 3, going on 3.5. I'll drop in the chat. So probably the most relevant part here. Yeah, I'm not an influencer. I describe myself as a creator. I didn't create a YouTube channel to become a famous influencer. I did to give back to the community as much as it's given me so much and utility with my talents, work ethic, and any intellect that appears I possess. Maybe that explains my different way of thinking than others, where the goal implicitly or explicitly is growth and popularity at overall costs. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the mission. I don't show ref links, have a donation address. Oh, I guess I should say I don't show ref links or have a donation address. I rarely ask you to like and subscribe, even though it's become an obligatory jingle of every person on YouTube, no matter how big or small. Why? More subs is nice to have, but it's not the mission. Being liked and respected by everyone is nice to have, but it's not the mission. Growing a brand to a symbol that's universally known, at least in our small crypto community, for integrity, truth-seeking, fairness is nice to have, not the mission. The mission is to give back to the community and a man who has laid the groundwork for many truly special ideals and products to take a life of their own and be a force for good in the world, as a wise man has said many times. So feel free to read that. It's a long-form explanation of more of the way I think about things. Red Bull Vodka says, bro, who cares what they think? I took a 2-month break from crypto and I feel great. Dry pedal, influence myself and how I made bank back in 2021 research. That's awesome, man. Yeah, totally right. Who cares? What other people think is very, very overrated. There's a great ideal book too. It's called Let Them. Anybody ever heard of Let Them? So it's a Let Them theory, popular self-help concept by Mel Robbins that teaches skill focused on what you control by letting others do as they please, leading to more emotional peace and better. Yeah, that's the thing. I've changed the way I do social media in the last probably few months too. Not just, the following thing and testing the algos and just kind of just changing the way I do things there. I started blocking people. I never used to block people. Like, unless you were literally just like a scam account that is like typo squatting some other influencer or something, I would like very rarely, if ever, block anyone. Very rare. And then over time, I was just like, you know what? I'm giving people too much like leniency. I'm being too, I'm just like, I'm giving too many chances. I don't, they're taking away too much peace right now. So I'm like, you know what? Anyone chills any tokens in a thread that is not related to any of those tokens, block. Anyone's just saying just nasty things, or just not being nice or positive and just saying a comment that's not constructive criticism whatsoever, or insulting me or my guests or whatever on the show, block. In general, very liberal with the block button. And why is that? Because I don't owe anyone my peace, and you don't owe anyone your peace either. So there's a difference in, this is not an isolation thing. This is not a fairness thing. It's not a censorship thing. Like, it is I get to choose. If I have the tools and knobs, I can choose who I associate with, who I engage with, all that stuff. I'm going to use them to best suit me and help me be in the best spirits and peace possible to do what I'm best at and what I like to do. And I hope everyone else does the same. So pretty good. So anyways, let them. I encourage everyone to, do what you think is best. Take a break. I just disengage with people who I'm not interested in engaging with. If they're not, if they're not making me happy or making me frustrated enough to lose my peace and stuff. And I love, I'm debating people. I did like 12 debates. I would totally have a discussion with people in good faith. Otherwise, I'm not interested. Anyways, let them theory. If you're interested, just go look at it. There's a book, there's videos, there's all that stuff. Theory suggests that trying to control other people's thoughts, actions, feelings is a waste of energy, and accepting this can lead to reduced stress, greater personal power, and a life aligned with your own values. So key principles: acknowledge you can't control others, focus on your own response, reclaim energy, promote emotional peace, set healthy boundaries. Letting them is not about tolerating bad behavior, but about setting boundaries to protect your well-being and avoid unnecessary conflict. It's great. It's awesome. There you go. So how to apply it, you can read all about it too. So stop wasting energy on external factors, comparing yourself to others, building your own path for success. It's pretty great. So if you're interested in checking that out, feel free. Oh, saying says I care. Oh, about people following or not. Oh, okay. Well, again, a lot of stuff. It's nothing personal, nothing against anyone. But again, the way I look at it, at least, is people don't follow me, then that's okay. Like, I don't expect anyone to follow me, and it's yeah. I just think a little bit differently about it. So, anyways. Hope you're doing well though. Always good to see you in the chat. Always positive. Always good to see you. Hard mode is not even having an X counter going on. I could literally, I don't know. It's funny because with me, I post a lot on X, but it's mostly, it's memes, it's information, my thoughts on different topics. And it looks like I'm on X all the time, but I really try to avoid it as much. I literally just try to check it a few times a day, or just really quickly, and not spend a lot of time there, because it is just this rabbit hole. I'm not going to go into like how social media is bad for you or unhealthy and all the different stuff. Like, there's a lot of obvious things there, but I really try to avoid, like, I'm happy to get away from my phone. I'm happy to get away from computer so much and go outside and enjoy life and do all these things. So But if I didn't have an X account, then I couldn't, like I want to stay, at least now, it could change, but I want to stay informed, and I want to, I want to still provide the same, I still try to provide good information, all that on PulseChain. So I gotta, if I want to, be up to date on all these things, I need to have an information source, and that's the X algo for the most part. YouTube too. YouTube's, it's different, but yeah, it's pretty good. To me, it means I do what I do, and content's generally accepted. I love everyone supporting me. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I like that. Great, Alex, Andy. Bro, the project has failed. We have to be real about it. I don't think waiting a while for it to go up means failure. And I think there's too many people who talk to the builders. Ask the builders I don't know. I talk to builders every once in a while. And I'm sure some of them have better experiences and worse, but there are so many that we haven't even heard of. We haven't even seen what Alex has been building this whole time. And there's plenty of like really cool DeFi stuff that has been built. I doubt they're all wrong. I doubt they're all wrong. And I doubt that I'm wrong about PulseChain. And I doubt that a lot of people that inspire me and I see putting in the work are doing it for nothing. I doubt that it's all for nothing. I'm betting that it is for something amazing. Glorious, you might even say. So I don't think it's failed. Yeah, just reading a few comments. I'm about to wrap up in a minute though. But Hex for the win. Hex is pretty good. I like the Hex token. Internet's not real life. True that. Real life is so much better. Internet's only like, I kind of treat the internet like this. I very carefully like an escape to kind of be like, okay, what's going on in this sphere of things I'm interested in, such as PulseChain, or some other topic. But yeah, real life is so much better. Like for Paul says, and followed you back, sir. I mean, I imagine you're probably joking, Paul, but if you're serious, that's totally fine too. I don't need you. Again, the algo will push information. So if I ever post tweets, even if anyone's not following me, they would still see it unless you mute, then of course, then you wouldn't see it. But yeah, I don't take it personally against anyone. Like anyone's actions doing anything. I have all these different philosophies about stuff too. But it's like anyone who's, everyone does things. It's not really, I don't take it about me. I just take it about like, whatever's going on. So people have different opinions. It's none of my business what their opinions are most of the time. Ground and Hex, I picked up 2 tablets today, arrived in Miami, pulled one out of the garbage in the mailroom. What? You picked up 2 tablets and pulled out one of the garbage in the mailroom. Was it in the electronic disposal bin? I guess they are probably some of those bins and stuff too. Not at home though. That's funny. Do people receive them and take them to work and throw them away or something? Who's getting blocked first, Christian? I don't know. Oh, gosh, it's funny. All right, chat. You're like half of like pretty funny comments and half of chat is all over the place today. I'll say that. You guys got to comment for everything. All right, let's keep it classy though. How's it going, Ashley? Welcome. Tam, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. You need me. I need you. We both need Tam Tam. Tam Tam is pretty awesome. Oops, I meant to click on Old Zealand. This unfollow thing, sometimes you have to cipher harder. Sometimes it's the complete opposite. If you're trying to clone RH in South Park, it's not easy if you use more than one platform. Because I'm trying to clone RH in South Park. What does South Park do with? Did they do something about the unfollowing? I haven't watched South Park, any new South Park episodes for a very long time. So did they do like an unfollowing thing? I'm not sure. I'm optimistic though. Mr. RHMax, he learned from Whistle and Diesel. He wanted everyone not to follow him so to destroy his cars. Obviously, sorry. I'm not sure. Not sure that story. I don't know that one. Anyways, everyone, that's it. The algos. There are now 2 people, at least in the community, that aren't following anyone. Have 0 following me and RH. RH and Max. RHMax. And we'll see. We'll see if it boosts engagement. We'll see if it has any effect like that. So again, this was for the algos, trying something different on social media. Yeah, it's nobody. It's not like somebody did something one day and I just started unfollowing everyone just because of that. So should be pretty fun. Oh, the social media episode on South Park. I haven't seen it, but I should. The last one I saw was the ChatGPT one. Was pretty funny. I haven't seen it for a while. But anyways, pretty good stuff. Let's look at Richard tweets real quick. I'll wrap up. Can you tweet anything interesting? What's the last thing you tweeted? Oh, about the spam email stuff. Buttered. This is one. I still have the top voted one for this one. No, Corey did. Let's see. Hex Scout did. I thought I had. I'm not seeing mine. Only 87 likes for this one. 4K views, though. That is pretty cool to scroll through and see how many views. I mean, even Gerardo's got not a complaint, but a request to extra human right freedom of speech and stream. I would like to see a stream. I'm not expecting it, but yeah, that would be cool. I'm sure I'll know. I don't need to follow Richard to see. I'm sure I will. I don't need to be the first person to know that he's going to stream. I think I love the fact that he turned on comments so that even when he turns on comment, like he's got to know some people are going to post complaints or they're going to post, whatever, not even in this thread in particular, but like you got to know, he has to know they're going to post a lot of stuff. And after a year or two of turning comments off and however long it was, I bet he was kind of like, don't want to see any of this stuff. I'm not interested, heads down building or heads down, taking care of himself, whatever. And now that he even turns comments on, I think has he only threatened to turn comments off one time? I think one time he did threaten to turn comments off if people weren't nice. But so even then he's like, I think it's pretty bullish that he is interested in what's going on in the community and engaging. I think that's pretty bullish. When did he turn this stuff on? Like April or May? So pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Anyways, if you don't need to follow me, but if you do, you know where. I'll continue posting good content, things I think are useful, valuable. Talk about PulseChainApp.com. Go over DeFi, same thing. And a lot of cool stuff going on. Hex top 10 swaps. Nick had a great post on that. I do repost a lot of things I think are good too. So I hope to, especially people who have lower followers. If I see something, they posted something like, oh, this is good information. I hope, we can all help lift people up who we think are out there putting in work and need more followers. Like I did a couple posts on different YouTube channels too, to be like, hey, how are these people only have like 100 followers or only 1,000 or something, and help lift people up when you can. So nothing's changed. Boy, I'm excited to see season kickoff though. PulseChain season. A lot of bold posting from Richard, and I'm excited about our future. And I'm not letting anyone tell me different. PulseChain, good. Very, very good. And I wish you all a very happy, amazing, awesome weekend. We're going to hit it with 10,000X, Scivive, and 5555. We're out.
X is complete. Project not complete. They're not the same thing. Promise returns and go build something. How much X is Bitcoin up now? 1,000X over a penny. Who's designed to replace fiat currency? Back to the 10,000X. Smart fucker I am. Everyone else cries and whines like a little bitch. 1,000X over a penny. Who's designed to replace fiat currency? Back to the 10,000X. Smart fucker I am. Well, then it was fucking designed. 10,000X, it's impossible. How can he do that? Listen, you stupid fucks. Everything else is up higher. Bitcoin to 2 million X. $1,500 fucking dollars.
3 years old, already reading fast. Gifted school couldn't hold him back. Special program, logic and code. Humble roots, but a genius mode. Dad fixed AC, delivered the news. Taught him to hustle, never to lose. Car stereo business, teenage dreams. Online platforms, building schemes. AC company, adult store too. Browser optimization, revenue flew. 60 million yearly, success so sweet. Semi-retired, but never complete. Reddit showed him Bitcoin's light. Blockchain future burning bright. Who is Richard Hart? He's taking control. Hex and PulseChain, that's how he rolls. I'm not fucking around, I'm here to take over. Crypto revolution, he's the composer. Who is Richard Hart? The king of the scene. Building tomorrow with blockchain dreams. I'm not fucking around, I'm here to take over. Digital freedom, he's the bulldozer. First blockchain CD, Hex was born. High returns while others were torn. PulseChain launch, eco-friendly way. PulseX exchange, a brand new day. 27 million for research and health. Longevity research benefited from his wealth. Inspiring millions to break their chains. Financial freedom, healthy gains. Fighting scams with all his might. Protecting users, shining light. And Safe came knocking at his door, but he fought back and won the war. Who is Richard Hart? He's taking control. Hey, Hex and Pulse, crypto revolution, he's the composer. Who is Richard Hart? The king of the scene, building tomorrow with blockchain dreams. I'm not fucking around, I'm here to take over. Digital freedom, he's the bulldozer. Red notice came from Interpol's call. Finished claims, trying to make them fall. Tax fraud allegations, assault they say, but the system's broken. Games they play, business rivals using legal schemes. Crushing innovators, killing dreams. If haters wanted to get me down, they'd raise more than my 27 million crowns. Diamonds worth millions, watches and cars. DC allegations reach for the stars, but he denied it all. Stood his ground, blockchain freedom, that's what he found. Won in court, they didn't appeal. Justice served, victory real. Ecosystem vision, wallet and all. Independent blockchain standing tall. Bitcoin and Ethereum left behind. Community value, peace of mind. Richard Hart, he's taking control. Revolutionary leader, that's his role. I'm not fucking around, I'm here to take over. Second crypto wave, he's the composer. Who is Richard Hart? Controversial king, sparking debates. Freedom he brings. I'm not fucking around, I'm here to take over. Crypto's future, he's the takeover. Pivotal figure in digital space. Influential leader,